Now I would request Mr. Malik Qasim Mustafa Khokar, Director of the Arms Control and Disarmament Center at the Institute of Strategic Studies, Islamabad, to share his remarks. He'll be speaking on emerging challenges to achieve CD's core agenda of disarmament. Mr. Khokar has contributed extensively to Pakistan's discourse on strategic stability and disarmament. He is a PhD candidate in the DSS Department of Quaid-e-Azam University, Islamabad. He is a graduate of the executive course from APCSS Hawaii, US. He is an international law fellow from RSIL Lahore. He has over 50 national and international publications, including edited books, book chapters, research articles, monographs, issue briefs, and special reports. His expertise includes arms control and disarmament, nuclear issues, emerging technologies, and national and maritime security issues. Sir, the platform is yours.
Thank you very much. Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon. First of all, I would like to thank the Center for International Strategic Studies, AJK, for providing me with this opportunity to share my thoughts on a very vital subject, that is emerging challenges in arms control. I will specifically focus on disruptive emerging technologies, space security, and AI in warfare. Dear past participants, since past few decades, the global security environment has been witnessing several trends and challenges in the arms control domain. When this environment faces the challenge of growing quest for more advanced nuclear weapons technology by more states, the international community's non-proliferation efforts gain momentum. When it faced the challenge of a growing arms race and a nuclear competition among major powers, this trajectory was corrected by signing different significant bilateral and multilateral arms control treaties like NPT, CTBT, START, and other treaties. And this phase was commonly known as the golden age of arms control. However, the challenge to arms control domain are continuing due to the evolving security environment, political tensions, non-compliance, lack of universal adherence, and verification measures, as highlighted by my earlier presenter on this presentation. Major powers believe that the uncertain future security environment is evolving. Therefore, there is a need to modernize their existing conventional and nuclear weapons capabilities, including their means of delivery to deter any future attack and aggression. Citing their national security interests, they have started to withdraw from these important arms control instruments, treaties, and arrangements. And now, new global arms and regional arms race, they have picked up pace. States have started to adopt nuclear warfighting policies and doctrines. Major nuclear powers have increased their reliance on nuclear weapons and are interested in resumption of nuclear testing. And they have also spending more on their resources to fuel this new arms race, and they're spending their resources on lethal next generation weapons and technology to gain technological superiority among competitors. States are in a race to develop hypersonic delivery systems and are aiming for a space as a new battleground. With anti-satellite capability, they have weaponized outer space and are developing and deploying AI-enabled lethal autonomous weapons. They are investing in disruptive emerging technology, and this new technology-driven competition has even dominated cyberspace. So these trends have placed the global arms control and disarmament regime under immense stress and indicates that the existing order is outdated and exhausted, and that global golden age of arms control has ended. It also presents a significant challenge for the Conference on Disarmament to achieve its core objectives, because it's going to challenge the consensus rule, leads to political disagreements, increases technology complexities due to utilization of emerging and disruptive technologies, and increases chances of non-compliance due to lack of trust and verification. In this context, I'll now examine these three emerging challenges. Number one is the emerging and disruptive technologies. States are in a race to utilize these emerging and disruptive technologies like AI, quantum computing, cyber and hypersonic weapons for military security and battlefield dominance. Generally, military modernization programs are a major driver of world-changing technological innovations, which are not only advancing fast, but also impacting weaponry, military operation, wartime preparations, and defense budget priorities. For instance, the 2018 US NDS clearly outlines the new technologies like big data, analytics, AI, autonomy, robotics, directed energy, hypersonic, and biotechnologies are the very technologies that ensure that the US will be able to fight and win the war of the future. To attain this objective, the US increased its spending on military research and development and wants to spend more on next generation technologies to maintain its edge over other competitors. On a regional front, India, being the third largest military spender in the world, has already made it clear that the Indian Army will be a technology-driven force. It is spending billions of dollars on the purchase of new weapon systems and the modernization of armed forces. It wanted to catch up with the other regional and global powers in development of emerging and disruptive technology. So, dear participants, this rush for emerging and disruptive technologies is already altering the balance of power, intensifying new regional and global strategic competition, fueling up new regional and global arms races, and challenging the existing arms control and disarmament norms. The second theme is space security. The next emerging challenge to arms control domain is the rapidly evolving space arms race and militarization of outer space. Major space powers have already entered into a new or the second space age, and they are investing huge resources to develop and modernize their military space program. Some of these activities include anti-satellite weapons, or the space-based weapons designed to disable or destroy satellites. They can be classified into four broader categories: kinetic or direct ascent, or co-orbital assets, non-kinetic or directed energy weapons, assets, electronic and cyber attack on non-destructive assets. These assets can be deployed and tested by several nations, including the US, China, Russia, and India. Use of space for military operations. It's estimated that there are around 630 military satellites are orbiting around the globe, and they are supporting military operations like intelligence gathering, surveillance, and reconnaissance, communication, and navigation. They are also utilized for precision targeting and early warning. The next aspect is space nuclear nexus, the threat of acceleration and nuclear use. Because major nuclear powers like the US, Russia, and China, they rely on their space system to ensure their deterrence capability. They utilize space for missile early warning, command and control communication, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, and navigation. Any confrontation involving China, Russia, and the US in outer space can potentially result in an escalation to use nuclear weapons under the following conflicting scenarios. A, that is strategically valued space systems are target of attack or perceived imminent threat. B, space systems are used or perceived to be immensely used offensively, including in an enabling manner for conventional attack. C, and anti-satellite test triggering a conventional response. And D, expanding the battlefield to conduct attacks against space systems. The other aspect is space debris. Obviously, as the satellites, number of satellites and assets will increase, definitely the space debris will also increase. The next important aspect is the increase in number of actors and space usage. Recently, the number of actors involved in space activities, including countries, private companies, it is very important to note that now private companies are also involved in space activities. And research institutions are increasingly rapidly. This is fueling the growth in space activity, which include a surge in satellite launches and space-related projects. There are other issues, but due to the paucity of time, I'll not discuss. These issues are related to definition, that what kind of space assets or what kind of space warfare is involved, national interest, obviously verification issues, and the role emerging technologies plays in space. As far as the measures to address these concerns are, if you highlight, earlier Shams has discussed about PAROS, and here I would like to highlight that since 1967, after the entry of the Outer Space Treaty, the international community has been making effort to protect outer space. Prevention of arms race in outer space, known as PAR, is also one of the main agenda items of Conference on Disarmament. In October 2024, the UN General Assembly formulated a new open-ended working group for the period of 2024 to 2028 to submit recommendations on the prevention of arms race in outer space in all aspects. Further, to ensure space security, member states in the Conference on Disarmament in February and March 2025 session identified that the international community should consider the following measures to ensure space security. These measures are the protection of space assets, protection of space for peaceful purposes, dialogue and discussion, responsible state behavior, and above all, need for a legally binding instrument and measures. The next subject which I am going to touch is AI and the future of warfare. we all know that the experts now equate this growing militarization of AI with nuclear arms race during the Cold War. This is generating insecurities and fear among and present complex security challenge for states. For example, in the military domain, the development of autonomous weapon system or lethal autonomous weapons, commonly known as slaughter boats or killer boats, have the potential to transform the nature of warfare. Autonomous weapons are considered a special class of weapon system that uses AI to identify, select, and kill human targets without human intervention. States like US, Israel, South Korea, Russia, and UK, and now India, they are developing such kind of weapon system. Furthermore, major states are adopting military-civil fusion-like policies and developing autonomous drone, navigating technologies, high-speed information communication technologies, big data processing technologies, and many more. So it's important to note that these developments, especially the weapons who are AI-enabled, are going to change the future of warfare. And as with regard to the autonomous weapons systems are concerned, there are several concerns raised on their use and application. Number one is the non-compatibility with IHL and UN Charter. There are ethical concern in their use. There are chances of their unpredictable behavior. They have devastating and destabilizing effects, and they can increase the asymmetric means and methods of warfare. There are chances that the use of autonomous weapon system can increase the speed of warfare. They are suspect to cybersecurity vulnerabilities. There are fear of proliferation of arms race and erosion of strategic stability, and they can also impact in shifting doctrines and lowering the nuclear threshold. So these are the challenges, the risks associated with the development and possession of these weapons, especially the weapons which are developed through AI. To conclude all these aspects, I would say that this ongoing new technology-driven military competition is a major source of concern, and it is playing a key role in evolving global strategic competition. These trends are going to erode strategic stability at the global and regional levels. Withdrawal from key arms control treaties have already eroded the confidence in existing arms control norms, and emerging challenges posed by these disruptive technologies, weaponization of space and AI will further reduce the chances of negotiating new arms control treaties. This will increase the chances of miscalculation and misunderstanding, which can bring catastrophic consequences. And I believe, like other experts, that it is the individual and collective responsibility of the state and states to maintain world order and peace. As per the EU statement CD on February 24, 2025, it's our collective responsibility to reinforce dialogue, rebuild trust, and work together towards continued progress on arms control, disarmament, and non-proliferation. Greater transparency on nuclear doctrines, policies, and strategies can contribute to confidence building and risk reduction, which is important to all us. Thank you.